Hello and welcome to another episode of Snack Bodega, and today I'm going to be reviewing freeze-dried candy. If you are new here, my name is Ash, and in every snack review I cover these, but ultimately it's the taste and the texture that will determine my final score. So let's get into it. In case you didn't know, freeze-dried candy is basically just normal candy that's been put through a freeze-drying machine and it removes all of the moisture. So as a result, you're left with candy that is super light, crunchy, and it just gives the flavor that extra punch. Or at least that's kind of what I'm expecting. Unfortunately, because of the packaging, I don't have the nutritional table to show you guys. But let's just say we're probably all going to be queuing up at the dentist after this one. Okay, so full transparency, I've actually never had these before, not even a single one. I've seen a lot of reviews which have been very unhelpful because they literally go like this. Oh my God, top tier, 10 out of 10. That doesn't help me. So from this review, you are going to find out the texture, how it smells, the taste, whether it's worth it, everything, okay? So I actually paid $10 for this and it was actually down from $16. And funnily enough, the lady at checkout said to me, oh, this was meant to be $16, but it's not because it's not filled to the top. And I thought what she probably meant to tell me was, usually this would have like 2 more super puffed up ones to take up the space. No. An extra $6 for a puffed up blue whale and 2 bonbons? $10, and I better get my money's worth. All right, let's actually get into this. Okay, so first impression, to be honest, I think they look pretty tasty. I like the appeal. When I see it, I feel like I can't wait to put it in my mouth and just crunch on it and just see what it's all about. So I do think it's appealing. It does appeal to me. Even if this wasn't a trend or whatever, or this huge craze, I would definitely still want to try this because it does look good. Come to think of it, I don't know if I've seen any reviews where someone has said that they don't actually like it. I think everyone so far from the videos I've seen have actually really liked it. Okay, let's try it. I can smell it already and it's barely open. What the hell is this thing? What in the mud? Hey. The things I do. Whoo! Yep, that smells good. You know when you walk into a candy store and you just get this massive whiff of sugar, of all sorts of flavors? That's exactly what this bag smells like. That smells gorgeous, smells so fruity, so sweet. Wow, that's really good. Okay. Oh my God, I'm so excited! I'm so excited. I just don't want to be disappointed. Let me go for the one that looks the least appealing, which is this one. Oh, it's a lot weightier than I thought it would be. Oh, okay. Okay, so these, I was expecting, they're not, it's not like you're holding on to rocks, but I was expecting these to feel really light to the point where if I blew on it, it would just float away, like a cheese puff. But these have a bit of a weight to them, actually. Okay. See how it's not just flaking off? I mean, it is, but not as much as I thought it would. So it's not as fragile as it actually looks. Okay, let's try it. What the hell did I just put in my mouth? What the hell is this? Guys, I can't open my mouth. It's stuck. I need to pick this out of, okay. Okay, so that tasted like, well, it wasn't airy whatsoever. And I don't know if it, because the point of this bag is to keep it sealed and keep it as fresh as possible. But it tastes like it's gone, the texture is like, it's gone stale is what I'm getting. But it doesn't look like it. So I don't know whether it's just this batch or whether this is actually what it's meant to be like. I'm pretty sure I was meant to hear a crunch and I didn't. Let's do a Skittle. Okay, that's more like it. Oh, I can't swallow it. It's stuck in my teeth. Let me try these Skittles. Let me try this one last. Well, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Okay, let me try a bonbon and see if the texture of a bonbon actually makes a difference in this form. What the hell is this? Okay. I need to sit up straight. Because what the hell is going on here? What the actual hell is going on here? Try this one. Alright, I've made up my mind. I'm going to show you guys what I mean. I'm going to prove my point with visual aids. Okay, so honestly, if these were like $5, okay, but for $10, down from $16, whoo, okay. So they definitely all have different textures because of the candy itself. So what I noticed was the texture of a Skittle is obviously very different to the texture of a bonbon. And so when they use the same method in terms of freeze drying them, they do actually come out very differently. And you noticed with the Skittles, there was a crunch, you could hear it. And even as I swallowed it in my mouth, it was airy. It just kind of scattered in my mouth and just very quickly kind of disintegrated, melted into sugar, and I swallowed it and it was fine. I'm ready to move on to the next one. With the bigger pieces, the puffier ones, which I think one of them was probably like an orange starburst or that kind of chewy candy. How do I explain this? There was no crunch. There was no crunch. And when you start chewing it, I mean, don't get me wrong, those candies are chewy, but in this form, it's excessively chewy to the point where it genuinely got stuck. And I eat candy all the time. I can munch on taffies and things like that. But this, when I tell you, it got stuck everywhere to the point where I had to cover my mouth because I couldn't talk. It was just unpleasant. It felt like I was getting gravel out of my teeth because it had hardened and kind of molded to the shape of my tooth as I was trying to pull it out. So the bonbon texture wasn't the best. The gummy texture was definitely the worst, and the Skittle was, I can see why it's the most popular. Aside from the taste, because it tasted exactly like a Skittle, aside from that, it was pleasant. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this review, the freeze-dried candy. If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe because I can't wait to review some other cool stuff that I've got in my pantry. But referring back to the freeze-dried candy, okay. So all in all, it was a fun experience. You know, I'm glad that I've managed to try it, kind of like getting it out of my system because I keep seeing it everywhere, but it's not something that I'm going to be rushing to buy again. And if I am, it's going to be the Skittles only. And even then at $10, no thank you. This is how much I have left. And I'm going to be very honest. Usually after I'm done with a review, I look forward to enjoying it properly. I don't finish them all, obviously, because you got to eat candy responsibly. But this is probably going to be in my kitchen for a good few weeks because I'm just not that excited about it. I think, you know, it's a good concept. It's a fun concept, but I think social media has definitely blown it way out of proportion because it's not out of this world, you know? And I think the fact that from this entire bag, the only one that I would recommend would be the Skittles, that just goes to tell you how it just, that way of creating candy just did not apply positively for all of them. And so, no. Okay, so for the final score, I'm going to split it into 3 categories. The ones that I actually tested, which were the bonbon, the gummy, no, it wasn't a gummy, it was like the chewy candy, like the Starburst. So bonbon, chewy candy, and Skittles. So the bonbon, I'm going to rate that experience a 3 out of 10. The Skittle, I'm going to rate that a 5 out of 10. And the chewy candy, honestly, I'm going to rate that one a 1 out of 10. You didn't see this, but every time I had to chew it on camera to test it out, 90% of the time I actually spat it out and put it in the bin, which is such a waste, but it's just because it's just not, it almost wasn't edible. And that's coming from someone who eats taffy and toffee and all that stuff, like stickiness and blah, 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 blah. So that kind of tells you everything you need to know. So all in all, it was a fun experience. I recommend you guys try it if you are not going out of your way to get it. It's a Skittles, and also it's not too expensive. So a little packet is enough for you to decide whether it's your thing, but otherwise, fun experience. But for me, it's a no thank you. If there's a specific candy that you want me to, a specific freeze-dried candy that you guys want me to review, then let me know, because they do other ones other than bonbons and chewy candies and Skittles. They do have other ones as well. So if there's any of the versions that you guys want me to try and review, then just drop it down in the comments and I will do my best. But otherwise, I will see you on the next one.